This is the Foster's After Show on AfterBuzz TV. Tonight we are breaking down the series finale event season 5, last season, episodes 20 through 22. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Is this real life? It's the end. Holy cow. Ladies.
I don't know where to look because we're in a different studio and there's a lot more cameras than usual.
Welcome to the Foster's After Show, the last one ever.
The last one ever.
This feels really surreal, guys.
But
Super.
it doesn't feel like ever because the spinoff, you know what I mean? Like it is.
It is,
I'm
but
like-
just like Jude had to say goodbye, we have to say goodbye. It's just gonna be different.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So as you guys can see, Jeff is not here, but we promise you it's for a good reason. He is doing AIDS life cycle, which means he's basically riding his bike from Northern California to Southern California.
That's right.
So hit him up after. I'm sure his butt is gonna look amazing after this ride.
Yeah.
He would love some comments on his Instagram. He's all about the thirst. So
Yes.
let's break it down. We have
Let's.
3 episodes to break down tonight. This is a BFD, right? So we have the first one called Meet the Fosters, the second one called Turks and Caicos, and the finale called Where the Heart Is, which I think aptly titled.
Yes.
Before we begin, I definitely want to shout out the amazing girl who made our shirts.
Yes.
Her name is Maddie. If you can see, you know, we'll post a photo. Anyway, her Twitter handle is at @me_ohmaya. She has an Etsy, and we hunted her down, did some investigating, found out where the cast got these shirts. We got our own. I'm gonna cherish this forever.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's start.
Okay.
It was
Wait,
a lot.
I'm not ready.
You're not ready? Okay, take a breath.
Okay, hold on. This is the end.
Okay,
All right, let's do it.
Let's do
Okay.
this, ladies. So, it was a lot to get through. So, as I was watching, I kind of broke it down. So, let's talk about
Good for you.
characters, right? Because we're all about the fam here.
You know it.
Let's start with Mariana because I just love her, and Sarah has like grown up so much. We've watched her grow through these 5 years that we've been recapping this show. It's so crazy. In the beginning, she wants to backpack through Europe, take a little break, which I thought was very unlike Mariana.
I kind of thought it was very much like Mariana.
Really?
And then for her at the end to be like, no, maybe Matt. You know what I mean? I felt like it was very much her to be like, I'm going to do this independent thing because that's the way that she is. But then there's always a boy somewhere in there that confuses her for 5 seconds.
But see, my whole thing was because she took a gap between starting work. And I thought that was very not Mariana, or at least the Mariana that we left in high school.
Right,
That's
because she
true.
would have wanted to start the grind real quick.
True.
But this is good. Unfortunately, what Emma says in the episode is what needs to happen for everyone. They need time to find themselves and to travel and to rid themselves of any ignorance that they have left from living here in the good old States.
It's funny, as I was watching the first episode, like, I really loved that one specifically took place in the house. Solely because I feel like it was important for viewers. There's so much history in that house, and we needed sort of that last backyard party, you know, like just kind of fun.
Even though I hated that was the last backyard party, when they said that, I was like, what a bummer. And that's the way you go out with an awkward family dinner with the new family it's just awkward.
Yeah.
It
I was
was
like, come on, we need the disco pants, you know?
That was fun.
That was fun.
That was fun. So we see Wyatt again, which happy that we got to say goodbye to him because his hair looked great as always, you know. So we find out a couple of things. We find out that Wyatt and Mariana broke up. Mariana and Matt got back together. Then Matt gave her crabs.
Yes.
Which I
Yikes.
loved so much.
Which was like such a hilarious. Mariana needed to say it. She needed to get back at him.
Yeah.
It was her. I don't know. What are your without, you know, knowing what we know about what went on, like what are your thoughts about Matt and Mariana? Do you think that they would have some type of future together? Or do you think she's done?
I think that it just takes a long time for someone to accept that something is done, and to be honest, it sucks that she got crabs from him. I mean, it depends on the person if you love them or not, but it's almost like kind of disrespecting someone in that way. Like, you weren't cautious to even check or to think that maybe that was a possibility, and I don't know, that just kind of sucks. I feel like she'll find someone who won't have that history and then will respect her more, and I don't know. I mean, it's Mariana. She can get what she wants. That's weird. It makes me sad though because I love them, right?
Right.
It was kind of a nice moment when they had their duet together and they were singing the song that Brandon wrote for Callie.
Yeah.
Right.
That was awkward.
Yeah.
But you know, with her taking a beat, I think that was really important. Taking a backseat and saying like, okay, I'm going to think about this before I make the decision. And in retrospect, she's glad that she did because he was making out with the bridesmaids. So like, I get it. You know, everybody sort of like needs to explore, I suppose. You know, I think her ending was great.
Right. Yeah.
She has set herself up for a great time in Los Angeles, and I'm sure that the spinoff is going to be full of boys.
Yes.
I'm so curious though because now they don't have to make it so like PG, if you will.
Right.
And not that the show was so PG, but when it comes to Mariana and Callie, get out of here. Especially with that commercial where they say shit's about to get real. I'm like, dang, now they're cursing too. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
I'm ready for
It's
good
a PG-13
trouble.
moment. Okay. So next we have Jesus. I'm so happy to see that he is back to himself and has found a way to deal with his traumatic brain injury where he can live life normally. And he went to community college. He's starting his own business. Like, I'm so happy for the kid.
He has a big truck.
Very Gabe of him, and I love that.
I know, right?
Yeah, but I really like that.
And it's kind of funny because like we always talked about him, you know, sort of like craving that male influence. And he ends up doing what his biological dad does, which is kind of special and nice. And I was surprised to see that him and Emma were still together. Were you guys?
Yes.
Oh, so was I. Through 4 years of college, or I guess 5 years because that's what the time lapse was, but that's a lot.
Yeah.
Especially being from Boston to San Diego, the two furthest most like cities in the United States. Yikes.
Yeah.
But obviously we knew something was up when they had brought up the fact that he said that he would move there and she said no.
Right.
I think that the entire time, the way that things ended, which I think was very smart on Emma's part,
Yeah.
I wrote that down. I was like, she is so wise.
Yeah.
Because
she's
really,
always been, right?
if you have love for somebody, I think that it's important to let them go if you need to.
Right.
Yeah.
And also to make sure that you both can stand on your own feet without each other and like be so completely secure within yourself within a relationship. And I think that is so cool that she saw that at the end and kind of told him that. And I think it'll be the best thing for them. And same with Mariana. I felt like that was like a theme throughout all 3 of these episodes was everybody recognizing that they didn't need to be with each other to be happy. You know what I mean? And I really liked that.
Wait, let's go back to Stephanie because really the entire episode was worth watching with Stephanie just for her reactions
For
to
real.
things. So we'll talk about your reaction when we get to those people. But it wasn't what you expected. At least the Emma and Jesus thing, the way that worked out.
I mean, I thought that they were gonna make it, but I was happy that she said, of course you slept with someone the moment that we broke up, which I think kind of goes to show you maybe he's not good. He does have these insecurities that he wasn't able to just, come on, take a break, you know? And they're in different places, and that sucks. She does have to let him go. That was the right thing to do.
I think that it's just smart. And I think that really she realizes that she has a big future ahead of her. And, like, who knows? I mean, her and Mariana are really good friends. Perhaps she might appear in the spinoff in a couple of episodes. There hasn't been any real news about any other cast members that have been locked in, but they've been location scouting in downtown LA because we've seen it on some of the creator stories, and they have sort of the director locked in. So, I mean, it's all happening. I just wonder who's going to be in it and in what capacity.
Right.
So it'll be kind of exciting to see once we do get that in the new year. We have to wait a little bit, but it'll be worth it, I think.
It will be.
I don't know. So we have...
I'm so excited to just enjoy the show. Not that I don't love doing this, but to watch it. Now, I wonder if I'm going to be tempted just to call you guys every time after every episode.
I actually kind of thought the same. I was like, I actually have a reverse feeling where I'm like, I don't know if I'll be able to enjoy it without being like, but
Being
like,
able
can
to
we
discuss
can we do the after show? I changed my mind.
I need
you know what
to
I mean?
discuss the dynamic and the relationship between so-and-so and so-and-so.
Right.
And did you think this was the right choice?
So we'll have to have monthly Good Trouble dinners.
I think we should.
think
I
that'd
don't
be really
know.
fun.
Hit us up, y'all. Maybe we'll do a little live Insta something.
Yeah, I feel like maybe people would watch that. We'll see. We'll see. So let's go to Callie. I'm so impressed by her. Really, truly.
Yeah.
She has grown so much. And we said it before.
Right.
But, like, holy crap, she has turned her life around.
She really has.
watching all those flashbacks, like when she first got to the house and where her character is now, like, it blows my mind and is lovely. Like, such a natural development that they created for that character without forcing it.
Unbelievable. Like, and just her passion for everything.
Yeah. And so grounded. You know, and that's one thing we never saw from her, and that was just so beautiful. And the fact that she did pursue law, I love that they made that what happened, you know, and that she was so successful in it. To graduate as early as she did and then to be accepted by both the position in San Francisco and Los Angeles, it just shows you where she's at.
Yeah.
That's exciting because that creates for good adult drama in good trouble, right?
I love that they brought Aaron back.
Me too. I was just
for a second. Like,
and that they were friends, because that they would be.
right.
It's exciting to see when, especially on television, they bring back exes that are still friends. And, you know, it's like, it's real. That's real life.
It is.
Like, I'm friends with my exes. It was exciting to see him. I think, you know, the little joke that they had about, like, oh, well, you broke my heart.
Yes.
And ha, ha, ha.
That's real.
It
Yes.
is. Yes.
It is. And I think that, who knows? I mean, obviously, like, I just love the actor.
Right.
So I would love to see him on the spinoff. And that would be kind of, like, exciting.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
definitely think that he's going to be like her, like who she goes to for certain help in certain cases. Come and join me for this or whatever.
Right.
I mean, if we're lucky, maybe they'll open a law firm.
Exactly, especially because he does law. It's like a, hello, keep him on the show.
A little nonprofit. Maybe it is for them.
I don't know. I'm excited that she took the conservative job.
Yes.
I think that that's very smart of her, just because she craves challenge all the time.
Exactly.
And I think that she would be happy but bored in the other position. Because, you know, she needs conflict. And
Yes, exactly. She needs to be, and it's nice to have a person who's so liberal and in a position that she's in, and to be an influence in a conservative area or environment. Excuse me.
I sort of loved the entire episode up until the wedding, where it was a lot of tension between Eliza, who is Brandon's wife now, was fiance at the moment. I needed that. And I also needed the Brawley closure that we got.
Agreed.
You talk about it now.
okay?
You can talk about it. Stephanie thought it was going to go a different way.
Which is funny because remember in the last few episodes or the last ones that we did here for AfterBuzz, I was saying how, that's so weird that they would ever be together. But then I was right to say so much time goes by to where you can identify the feelings that you had when you were younger, which they both did. You know, for her to say that's my first love, she never referred to Brandon as that before. She just referred to Brandon as something that happened. You know, she didn't know that so much time was going to go by and that she was literally never going to feel the same again because she's been busy in school, and even through all the people that she's met, no one has ever matched that. And then to hear Brandon speak the way that he did about her, which is, you know, from a viewer's point of view, but that's love.
Yeah.
How is that not more love than you know, this freaking girl, Eliza? Whatever. I mean, I like that she plays the cello, but that's it. That's all she gets from me.
I needed that conversation in the bedroom between the two of them.
But
With
that conversation...
that they're happy that they didn't choose each other.
Yes, because now they can have each other forever, and I get that, and they're best friends, and I sort of loved that moment, and I'm sure that things went on behind the scenes where, you know, Callie helped Brandon, you know, after Grace, and she and him got really close, I'm sure, but Callie really hasn't opened her heart to anybody since Aaron.
Right.
And I think that she was taking the time for herself, and I don't think she ever thought, maybe she would have thought, you know, what if? But that closure was so important, and I hope that closure was enough for all the Brawley shippers out there. I get that maybe it wasn't the satisfying ending that you had so thought, you know, that it was going to be like this dramatic thing where he called off his wedding and they were going to be together, but it's just not realistic. They're family.
Right, and it was still together forever.
Yes.
We did get our forever in this way. We
Okay,
just
but-
wanted the kiss in the sunset, you know.
But that conversation actually, like, broke my heart more so than them not being together. Because, like, I've actually really... Considering how far along I've come with my Brawley feelings since I, like, started this after show, it blows my mind that I actually supported them not being together by the end. But that conversation in the bedroom, like, it killed me because hearing the things that they said about each other, they made the smart decision out of love for each other and telling each other how they were each other's best friend and now they get to have each other forever. that just breaks my heart because
That sounds like the greatest love, though.
Exactly. It's like circumstance that keeps them from, you know what I mean, from everything else. And that's heartbreaking. It doesn't mean it's not the right thing to do. It's just heartbreaking.
I can't imagine being okay as Brandon's wife.
No.
That there will always be that thing that she knows.
And as his fiance and now wife, but like prior to all of that, as just like being in a relationship, he
didn't tell her.
No, but she also knew that she's like, you go to Cali for everything.
Yeah, but also he never told her.
Right. And
Which,
that's a
like,
big deal.
like, I told
now
my
it's
boyfriend
not-
everything.
Right. Not only did you not tell me, but like, damn, y'all, like you guys were together, you guys were in love. Yikes.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get, like, we need it for the drama, but, like, that was a shady move on Brandon's part. I feel like if you're, you need to disclose that stuff.
Absolutely.
You know, like, if you're, like, in love and, whatever.
Especially if that person's
I'm happy for him.
I am too, but I agree
Sorry
with you
about the eye roll.
No, but if that
Whatever.
person is going to be in your life, like, that is kind of crazy, you know? Especially if he said that's my best friend and if he's going to continue to talk to her.
And
you
it's
know?
his sister now. Like, they're going to Thanksgiving's
Like,
together.
but because if
Christmas
I
is
was Eliza,
together.
that's where I would be bothered because I'd be like, I don't think I could ever compete with her.
Yo, and let's not forget that Callie made out with her brother, so it just got weirder.
Yeah,
For real.
I
You know?
He's going to be on the spin.
That's so
my
cute.
That's my
I
biggest.
adore him. When I saw that he was on, because you guys all watched Awkward, right?
Yeah, I've actually interviewed him at AfterBuzz
Really?
before. I did a one-on-one, so if you want to go look that up, his name's Bo Murchoff, and I did an AfterBuzz interview with him. He's great.
I'm stoked for that, actually. Like, he has to be on the spin. I feel like they set it up very much so that he will be a part of
I mean, he's such a heartthrob. Like, I don't really get, like, giddy around people, and, like, when I was, like, interviewing him, I was like,
I'd lose my mind.
he was so charming. He was so charming. I was like, oh my God. He, like, told me he, like, bought this house near Malibu, and he was fixing it up, and I'm like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know. It's
I'd
great.
be charmed too. Talk about Malibu house.
Anyway, watch the interview, ladies. It was a good one. So I'm happy. I don't know. Are you seeing anything on Twitter? Any of the
That's what
fans
I'm
chiming
looking at
in
right now.
about Raleigh specifically?
She's Ashley Allen wrote, I just don't think it was right for the writers to bait us and reel us back in so much. I just don't. Hey, but I feel you, girl, because you're right. I just love how she said, I just don't think it's right.
Ashley, do you need a hug? We're here for you. We're here for you. We're the Raleigh support group. It's okay.
And Lisette said that I'm speaking her feelings about Bradley right now. Thank you. You're welcome, girl. Which shout out to Lisette Escobar, one of our very faithful, loyal fans.
Always.
Yeah,
Always
for
and
real,
forever.
All of you guys, actually, for everyone who's been following us since the beginning, shout out to you.
True.
So much love.
It warms my heart.
Yeah.
So we have Jude. Let's talk about Jude.
Let's talk about you.
Okay.
Okay. So
He's the baby.
he's, well, yes, but I think he's feeling like he's not because of
Corey.
Corey.
Right.
Right.
So Jude is failing out of UCLA. He is clearly jealous. He is taking prep, which I love that they sort of normalized, gave some information,
Agreed.
threw some stats out.
Yeah.
And I like his point when he said that if you were going to use birth control, would you? Because it's the exact same thing. You know, you're using it pregnant. But then Callie was also right. But there's also STDs and everything else. So
But can I just say, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because, like, we know Hayden and we watched the character of Jude. It was so jarring to, like, see him drinking, see him, like, talking about, like, randomly hooking up with people.
I kind of, like, really loved it.
I'm like, you're a baby. Oh, I like, was like, oh, he's supposed to
Really?
be pure.
no, the whole time I kept thinking, I'm like, who did he take acting classes from to like have to learn this side of him? Like, I was like, how did you learn to be so grown? You know, like what?
But I
the
feel like
heck?
that's like kind of how he actually.
He
Not
is,
that he's
he
like
acts.
out part, you know what I mean? But it
To
was
be
nice to
fair-
see him get to like settle into himself. I think a little
Yeah.
bit more.
Be like a 19-year-old.
Because that's how he behaves now, and
Yeah.
he's not a 19-year-old, and he acts so grown. It's unbelievable.
He is so grown.
But I have to say, I love what they made. I love his scenario because, first of all, my best friend is a psychologist at UCLA, and freshman year of college like is a big deal, and at a school like that, the pressure is so real. And that's just that was shining light a little bit on an issue that exists, which is a lot of times when people leave home, when kids like it's okay to be homesick and issues arise and feelings and like feeling lost and this and that. So they didn't go towards it, but I'm saying like that could have potentially been a really big issue if he didn't talk about it. Like that's why a lot of college students commit suicide or go through drinking problems and drug abuse and stuff like that.
I'm glad that he opened up, but I'm almost more glad that Callie was able to identify it so quickly and call him out. Like, what are you compensating for?
Exactly.
You know, why are you drinking so much? Why are you randomly hooking up with people? It doesn't make sense. You know, you're not thinking straight, which clearly he's not, and he felt like he couldn't talk to them.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks even more.
It does suck, but you know, at the end of the day, even if you have the most supportive people in your life, I think it's a matter of you being okay with even hearing yourself saying it out loud. I think that's what sucks too, is that people keep trying to talk about let's be supportive, but I think it's more important, instead of being supportive, just being aware. Yeah. So that if you have to ask the question, then ask it. Yeah. Because sometimes people can't come to you.
Right. And when you're starting out in college, or even all through college, drinking and getting hammered and hooking up with people all of the time and like blacking out, you know what I mean? It's normalized, you know what I mean? So like you don't feel like it's something to talk about, or it's a separate life to you from your family, you know what I mean? It's like, that is your school life, this is my home and family life. Yeah. They don't need to know about it until I graduate and have mine together.
It kind of broke my heart, though, that he just was saying, you know, nobody ever really has time. It was kind of a common theme throughout the episode that they sort of all lost touch with each other, except for the mamas, because, you know, they live together. Right. But it really broke my heart, and it brought up something that I think is really important, which is you need to check in with the strongest person you know. Because they might need you to.
That was really lovely, Jill, the way you just put that. And I'm like, ooh, take that with you, Hannah. Take that with you.
No, but it's really true. Like, you might have this one person that you know that is the strongest person and that you don't think needs any help and you think that is doing great. But, like, I'm telling you right now, they need you.
It's very true.
Oh, that really does speak to my heart, too.
Yeah.
Not to call myself a strong person, but you know what I'm saying?
That's very true.
Yeah, and I know it's the same thing with you because, like, Jillian and I will talk about how we try to put our stuff together, but we sentimental people.
We got soft hearts.
We got soft hearts.
It's okay.
Jillian will literally text me and check in on me, like, don't, like, recently something, she told me not to watch something. And I was like, damn, the way you look out, though. I love you.
No, it's important.
Tell me later.
Yeah. It sort of, like, reminded me, especially, you know, a lot of people, like, they fell out of touch with Callie, and, like, everyone gets busy. And it's so important to, like, check in. And I think that at the end of the episode, we did get the check-in from everybody, and I thought that was so special and so important.
Yeah, it was. And it's sweet because he is the youngest, and imagine you watching everyone go through the thing and, like, grow up and then leave, you know? Like, that is so real. I had 2 younger cousins cry to me the last time we were all together because she's like, everything's changed, and I'm like, what do you mean? And they just both started crying. I'm like, what are you guys crying about? They're like, just everyone has kids now, everyone left, that it's just not what it used to be, and I forget that we all catered to them, but we were so busy. I don't care. I don't reach in the way that, or check in the way that I should, but you're like, oh, but everyone who got not left behind, but again, the last one to not go through it with you, with everyone else.
Yeah, I get that. And like,
poor
how
baby.
Amazing was the moment with them hugging in bed?
Yes,
I needed that
because it started with just, you know, adopting those 2, which, by the way, we mentioned how Callie's moving to LA to be close to Jude. Do we think maybe he'll have an appearance on Good Trouble?
I feel like...
And Brandon's there too, though, no?
Yeah,
because
she's
part of because Eliza's part of the LA Philharmonic.
I like what you're doing, Bradley and Peter.
Right? I feel like it's gonna definitely be based on Callie and Mariana, and that we will get like Fuller House drop-ins of everyone else.
Hey, I hope so.
And
every
also,
now and again.
I don't feel like we got a full resolve with Jude. He was the only one that I didn't feel like everything, even though he had the moment with the mamas and, you know, Maia was there.
He spoke up. It's one of those. We should know that once the family knows, they're going to do everything to help you.
Right. But I still felt like I wanted more for his story. And
and we found out that Noah went to Syracuse, but they're still good friends, which I also loved.
Santa Cruz, I thought. Oh, Syracuse,
I thought it was Syracuse,
I misheard. Right.
Maybe it was Santa Cruz. I don't know.
Be near, please.
Somebody will let us know on Twitter. We'll figure it out. I took quick notes. So we have the mamas who we need to talk about. So we have, and I wrote this down because I want to make sure I got it right. So Lena is on the public school board, and she is still the principal of Anchor Beach Charter. Yeah. And she is considering running for state assembly, which we found out at the end of the episode that she does it, which that moment, like, rocked me.
Right. Yeah.
I was like,
yes.
Oh my God.
The way that they support.
So emotional.
Oh, I know.
And getting rid of the house. Okay, anyway, we'll talk about the house.
Yeah.
And then Steph works nonprofit child welfare agency, Shelter for the Homeless, which makes so much sense because hashtag cop life was a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, for
Makes
real,
so-
dude.
It was a
Right.
lot. She's getting a little older.
And she's
Still
a mama bear. She loves to take care. She's a caretaker. She's
She
a
really
mother
is.
to everyone.
And I think it was sort of like a natural transition from sort of the detective work that she was doing
Yeah.
into something like this because she's dealing with the same people.
Right.
So I think that makes a whole lot of sense. I loved the interactions between Eliza's parents and the mamas.
Oh my God, so fun.
Again, you know, that's what we're seeing in this world now. It was a lot tamer than I
Yes.
thought. A lot more PC than I thought. I thought maybe they would push the envelope a little bit more, especially in the previews that we saw.
Yes.
But it was still a lot. You know, they made a lot of kind of like jabby comments.
Oh, sure, but
I didn't
that's
like.
the realest thing because
Yeah.
we have to remember that's not our generation. That generation is, I don't want to say set in stone because we're all capable of changing behaviors and moving forward, but they grew up a very specific way. If you're conservative, you're conservative. It is what it is. It takes a lot for you to kind of be shaken, you know? But what I've also learned, especially with people around me, it always takes seeing how someone functions to accept it.
Yeah,
Which
totally.
is so unfair. But I know that in their eyes, they're like, oh, they're normal.
Right.
Which is almost a ridiculous concept to think of, but people are still there. People are still like, oh, I don't know, I don't want, you know, they just think oddly.
I wrote down the one dig where they said traditional versus interesting.
Right.
I would have been like,
Yes.
swift kick in the butt.
Yeah.
I would have just said thank you.
jerks.
And
Yeah.
been like, yeah, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be
Well,
interesting.
it's funny because
Right.
towards the end of it, like I loved how Lena was like, and then, you know, my gay agenda.
Yes, I
because
love that.
it's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
we're family now. Haha.
It is what it is. Just yes.
Seriously, like you
True.
gotta love family, I suppose. I don't know.
And you got to be blunt with each other, especially
Yeah.
like that.
And same thing like with the parents and the prenup and all of that stuff, you know. I get that they just needed Brandon to like prove himself
Yeah.
and like man up
Yeah.
and they were okay with it. But it kind of bothered me that Jamie, the older brother, told Callie like it was probably a shady prenup and then we never found out if it was shady or not.
Agreed.
Well, because
kinda wanted to
because
know.
she just didn't even check in with Aaron and just told her, right?
Yeah, well he was
She
like
went with her brother said, I just know that if it's my dad, it's not going to be fair to Brandon, right?
yeah.
Interesting, yeah.
So like I kind of wanted to. I mean, he signed it, but then they tore it up. But I kind of wanted to know like why was it shady?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what was the shady
You know,
thing in
is
there?
this a bad dude? Like like they want to like raise money for Lena. Like are they like bad people? Are they shady people?
Right.
I was curious also.
I don't know. Maybe that's like a little. Ooh, we could have possibly a mama spinoff, which has been a rumor. Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Nothing
man.
is set in stone
well,
yet.
I have a question. If
Yeah.
they
I
do a
hadn't heard
spin-off,
that
there's no such thing as doing a spin-off on a different network, is there?
No, they still could.
They still could.
Yeah.
Like to not put it on Freeform, put it like on
Like, if
because
it
that
doesn't-
would be crazy to
Things-
see them on like
Things
forgive me,
get
but like
sold
on a
all
yes,
the
that's what I'm
time,
saying.
so-
Generally,
see
more
them in
so
like
like
a-
Hulu or Netflix or something. If it doesn't get picked up by your same network, it generally goes there.
It's interesting when they sort of that rumor was announced or whatever. The fandom went crazy because I think that they sort of know that the mama stories aren't over, and
Well, they have a dope story. Could you imagine that show for adults?
yeah,
I mean, are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
like that could take place of like Grey's for me.
That's literally what I was talking about. Remember when we first started
The way
watching
Buck-
The Fosters
your
and
eyes
it was
just got
Grey's
big.
Anatomy fans and Foster fans that kind of united to watch this show?
Yep,
Yeah.
We know what's up.
I'm saying.
I literally was just thinking, could you imagine on Shonda's Thursday?
Well, Shonda's on Netflix now,
Right.
so
I don't watch any like race
I don't know.
stuff.
Anyway,
don't know.
whatever. Totally up in the air. Like let's
But
just
I'm ready for it. I'll live for it.
let's just put it out into the universe. There will be a spinoff for the
There
mamas.
is.
This is gonna happen. We just need to like speak it into existence.
Yes.
You know, because like obviously we know Sherri and Teri are down.
super down.
They love each other.
Yeah, for real.
You
Their
know, like,
lost
I love-
photos. Like the tears, you know that's real. And
love
I can
that.
I live to watch Teri Polo cry though.
I love that. You know, I do have to say, after everything that happened in this episode, the wedding was very underwhelming.
So
To me.
underwhelming. The outfits were alright.
I
I
felt
like the
that
flashbacks.
But well, that was
Yeah.
important because we needed to get that bit of a recap and to see how everyone influenced everyone and what impression they left on each other.
I didn't feel like the wedding needed to be more than it was though, because it
We
wasn't.
were hurt.
Well, and because none of us were invested in Eliza.
We
You
weren't.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eliza.
Eliza.
Yeah, so it just didn't matter. We just needed to make it through the ceremony, in my
Yes,
opinion.
thank you for that. We did need to make it through it. And honestly, the only part that made me start liking her was when he knocked on her door and she answered the door. Like, she looked so beautiful to me in that moment, like in her tears.
She really did.
And I was like, you better love him and you better be crying right now, girl. Because I will tell Callie and she will take him from you so fast.
There is time for me to rewrite this show. I will tell Callie.
I also loved her dress. I thought that was beautiful.
It was.
I think
Turks
I want
and-
my dress to look like that.
Oh,
What?
yep. Take a screen grab.
I was thinking
Put it in that
about
back
having to
pocket.
do
Save it for later.
I
For when that lucky man comes, scoop you up.
I'm building an album already.
So I loved Turks and Caicos. I think it was fun that they went away somewhere else. We got to see like a different side of them. As far as like the little dramatic things that happened in between, you know, it was a great little ending.
It was.
Right?
I thought.
And things that would happen to them.
Yeah,
You know?
I thought that it was just nice to see them really happy on a vacation together and enjoying everything. And I love a happy ending, and I think that this show ended in the perfect way.
I agree.
I do. I really strongly feel, because there are so many series that we watch. We watch the series finale of, and we're always left wanting more, or it wasn't satisfying enough, and they could have done this differently. I really strongly feel like them standing out in the front of the house, taking that moment before they walk outside to look around, and sort of, we remember as viewers all the history.
Yes.
We had that moment, like, especially because all the furniture was gone. I started to think like, oh, okay, like that table was there, that table,
Yeah.
right, all right, the blue mug in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you just start,
the shelf, the way that it was all open forever.
you
That's
just
weird.
remember things, and I really enjoyed that. And then I also loved that Callie took the photo at the
Oh,
end,
so did I.
because it brought back her
Of course,
friggin' like
photography.
art
She's
photography.
Still, and that's still in her. Trust
Yeah.
and believe
Yeah.
we're going to see that in Good Trouble, because what does Los Angeles do? It nurtures creativity.
in downtown LA too.
Oh,
For real.
Get out.
Yeah, I'm saying, I could you have imagined it any other way?
No. And I needed that moment where they're hugging each other goodbye. That was real. Like, I know that they're like, okay, say goodbye now on screen, because you're literally saying goodbye right now, you know? And
Yeah.
that was so much, and I love to see them embrace. And like I said from the beginning, I'm always obsessed to see the dynamic between people, to see how real they can make the relationship show, the chemistry show. And you can see that they went through so much together. All of those hugs and kisses were so real. And amongst the brothers, it was amazing to watch as well. It was so bittersweet. What a beautiful story. It makes me feel young. It makes me feel when you're little and you're like, oh, I can't have this show be done.
Right.
You know, when you're just like, it's tragedy.
I already want to rewatch it. Like,
So
I'm
do
already
I.
thinking like I probably missed something subtle. I think Joanna Johnson directed the episode. I think she did a beautiful job. Such a task to do that, honestly, to take that and say, okay, how are we going to make this look for the final time? And we have to obviously give it up to the writer's room, because they have this, they're so weird and fun and quirky and so timely. Like, all the
Yeah.
times that they had gotten things, they hit the nail on the head right as the headlines were pouring in the news.
Right.
And I think that this is just the beginning. I know that it's an end, but I
Yeah.
really do think it's just the beginning. And I know that a lot of the team is moving on to the spinoff, which is really exciting.
Yeah, because I think that they're going to have fun. They're going to know what to bring, what to put forward, like how to create this whole new thing, because they have a base now.
Yeah.
You know? Talk about backstory. Awesome.
And
Yeah.
two young women.
And
I
Yeah,
love.
for real.
and a panel of women right now.
I know.
And it's gonna be in Los Angeles, and
It's
they
when it's happening, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, their greatest skill is they write so honestly without like over dramatizing. And I feel like doing a show based in Los Angeles with two women right now, and having
it
that
Good
honest
Trouble?
of a writing group,
Trust and
there's
believe
gonna be
that.
some really lovely subjects I think that get brought up.
I agree.
I'm excited.
So
and,
am I.
this is the end of a chapter for us here. Unfortunately, we will not be covering the spinoff. That's not to say we don't love it. We're going to watch it.
Yes.
But I think that it's important to keep a bookend here. And we did this. I've done this for 5 years, and it's really special. And I would love to keep it that way. sort of in like this little bubble that we have.
I agreed. This is my perfect ending to my chapter here at AfterBuzz TV and with the Fosters and with my girls. Jillian and I already started planning dinner for us to see each other soon.
Oh yeah, P.S. We've been texting. Don't worry about it.
Great, thanks,
fill you
guys.
in.
Right?
We'll fill
But
you
it's
in.
great. But you know what? We're in for some good trouble too, so
Yeah.
keep following all of us.
That was cute.
Tweet us about it. No, it's really good. Tweet us about it. Keep in touch with us. We are here for you guys. I know that it's going to be really hard for some of you, but it will get better. And if you ever need somebody to talk to or gossip about a theory or a show, reach out to us. Obviously, Jeff is not here to say goodbye, but he wishes everybody well. And if you want to keep up with him, he has his own podcast called LGBTQ&A. It's amazing. It's New York Times recognized. He sort of has he launched this baby while we were doing this, and you know, it's grown so much, and we're all so proud of him. So you know, reach out to him, ask him about that. You can continue to follow all of us on Twitter.
Yes.
You want to talk about it? Yes. You ready to say goodbye?
I think. Yeah.
Take your moment.
Okay, well, thank you for everything. We did this last time, but now without the tears, I feel a little bit more secure about it.
Yeah.
I am also working on a show right now with a friend of mine that's called Amiguitas. It's going to be super Spanglish, super Latina. So just follow me and see when that's going to happen. But otherwise, you can all find me on Twitter at Stephanie Giorgi, but mainly on Instagram at the Stephanie Giorgi. Thank you, and I send you all of my love.
I don't have anything exciting to say, really.
Hannah's a working actress in Hollywood.
Yeah, and I've also been producing a lot of theater in Hollywood, and I'm just, you know, like up to here with everything. So, you know, if you're ever in LA and you want to see a show, I'm probably am working on one. So always hit me up and you can come see one. And so now Hannah will be, you know, focusing 100% on that,
Well, that's
not
what's
just
fun.
98%.
All of you who don't know, that's the thing. Like, we all have our own struggles. Like, we're artists trying to make it in everything that we're doing. Jillian is killing the game. Jeff is killing the game. Hannah and I are the turtles, but we're going to get there.
Yeah.
You guys.
But yeah, y'all can still keep up with me on Instagram and Twitter at @TheHotShotDude. Which, bye.
Never forget the hot shot, dude.
No.
So we'll miss you guys. This has been such a huge part of my life. I've made some lifelong friends. I have made amazing contacts. I've befriended everyone involved with the show. It's been wonderful and beautiful, and obviously we all hope to continue those relationships. I have my own podcast that I started with two of my gorgeous, talented, smart friends. That's called Boss Please, and you can find that on iTunes, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and Spotify. And that's just all about being an empowered female, and every woman has a story to tell. And it's really important that we continue to tell women's stories.
It is.
Because everyone needs to tell theirs. Everyone has a story.
Right.
We most recently interviewed Selena Gomez's mom, Mandy Teefey. That interview will be dropping in about a week. She talks everything 13 Reasons Why. But really, just like some good content coming out. And you can keep up with us. You can keep up with me on Instagram and Twitter at Jillian Leff. And
that's it. And you know what? One last thank you, too. Thank you to Bradley for being so involved with us and everyone else that's a part of the Fosters. And because it's my last time here, I just want to, thank you to Maria Menounos and Keven Undergaro and Phil Sweetek for always helping us and being a part of all of it. But this is literally like a deuces, a goodbye from us.
Yeah.
So we will see you guys online. We'll be around.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.